So this is a great fight. Then I'm going to give my final prediction. Then I got Jose Ramirez versus Richard Commey. Break down that fight. Jose Ramirez is 27-1, 17 KOs, and Richard Commey 30-4. Both of these guys recently fought the same opponent, Jose Pedraza. Jose Ramirez got a unanimous decision. Richard Commey actually had a draw against Jose Pedraza. So it's going to be a good fight. That fight will be taking place on ESPN Plus in Fresno, California. So I love my boxing, so you're going to really see my boxing prowess on this video. I love it. Check my boxing videos out. I keep the fire coming, plenty of breakdowns and things like that. Yeah, you got Jose Ramirez and Richard Commey. You got David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. I'm going to start with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, give my final breakdown and final prediction on that fight, because that's going to be a big one. Two big guys. The Mexican monster, David Benavidez, 6'2", 74.5-inch reach. And all these guys that's fighting this weekend, they're orthodox. No southpaws in these big fights, these main event fights. No southpaws. All these guys are orthodox. So it'll be come forward. It's going to be a come forward fight, action-packed fight. So, yeah, David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. Like I said, 26-0, 23 KOs. I say his resume isn't the greatest, David Benavidez, but he brings the fight. He comes forward. He recently fought David Lemieux. Then before that, fought like Krishan Davis. So David Benavidez, his resume isn't the greatest, but he's an exciting fighter. Had titles. Lost his title, like I said, on the scale and testing positive for an illegal substance. So technically, we look at David Benavidez as a champion, as a big fighter. He's been trying to get that Canelo fight, trying to fight guys like Charlo. He's always looking for a big fight, David Benavidez. But he's a come-forward fighter. A lot of people feel like he's flat-footed. But he said he's not flat-footed. He just hasn't had a fighter in front of him that made him, use different movements in a different style. So David Benavidez said, I'm not flat-footed, and you guys will see in this Caleb Plant fight, because Caleb Plant, he likes to use the ring a lot. Caleb Plant asked for a bigger ring in this fight. So he'll be using his legs a lot. In this fight, I'll be watching both of these guys' feet. Watch their feet in this fight. Because Caleb Plant, he's going to be, sticking and moving in and out more so. I don't think at times he'll probably have to sit in the pocket and trade with David Benavidez, but he's going to be moving a lot. And David Benavidez, he's going to have to close the distance and cut off the ring. He can't chase Caleb Plant around the ring. But I feel like if Caleb Plant has a lot of movement in this fight, just like he did in the Canelo fight, he can tire out in the later rounds, especially if he doesn't hit David Benavidez with something early on in the fight to make him respect him. He has to hit David Benavidez with some type of punch to make him respect him, or else David Benavidez will walk him down all night. The Mexican monster will walk him down all night. Caleb Plant has to get respect early. He has to get respect early, because eventually David Benavidez will take some to give some. And David Benavidez throw punches in bunches, and he goes to the body. He goes to the body. So you think Canelo's a great body puncher, which he is, probably the best along with Errol Spence in the game. But David Benavidez, he throws some combinations to that body also. He throws some combinations to that body. So you have to be wary of that if you're Caleb Plant. You're going to have to sit in the pocket and trade at times to earn some respect. You're going to have to. And Caleb Plant earned a lot of respect after his previous fight against Anthony Durrell. Both of these guys fought Anthony Durrell. And what's funny, both of these guys actually knocked him out in the 9th round. But Caleb Plant had a spectacular knockout Anthony Durrell. 2022. A lot of people say knockout of the year. But he's going to have to earn some respect early. Period. Or David Benavidez will walk him down all night. Ultimately, I feel like David Benavidez will overwhelm Caleb Plant. He'll keep his activity up because David Benavidez, he doesn't rest throughout the rounds. He keeps coming. He keeps coming. I think eventually he'll wear Caleb Plant down. And a lot of people feel like David Benavidez is emotional and things like that. He doesn't fight that way in the ring. And he fights better when the competition is better, David Benavidez. Yes. He fights better when the competition is better. Even though his competition hasn't been the greatest, but whenever he has somebody in front of him that's, a big name or like David Lemieux, he brought the fight to David Lemieux. David Lemieux, he's an older guy, but it was a brawl for what? 5 rounds, however long the fight lasted, 4 rounds, I think. But David Benavidez, he's going to step up his game. Caleb Plant, he can step up his game also. But I think he'll be overwhelmed in the later rounds by David Benavidez' pressure and body punches and just his physical, wear and tear on Caleb Plant. So I have David Benavidez stopping Caleb Plant. I'll say 10th round. 10th round, he'll stop Caleb Plant. That's my prediction. David Benavidez will stop Caleb Plant. He will. He wants the stoppage bad, David Benavidez. He wants the stoppage bad. So I'm going to go with David Benavidez in this fight. Then we got Jose Ramirez versus Richard Commey. Like I said, Jose Ramirez is 27-1, 17 KOs. Richard Commey is 30-4 in a draw. He has a draw. Jose Ramirez, he hasn't been active. Like I said, he fought in 2021 one time, lost to Josh Taylor. Then he fought Jose Pedraza in 2022. Before that, he had some great wins, some explosive fights against Maurice Hooker, guys like that, but he hasn't been active. Richard Commey, he's fought some tough guys, Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, top guys like that. So he's battle-tested, Richard Commey. This is going to be an action-packed, come-forward fight. Richard Commey, he's not as active as he once was in the ring as far as coming forward. He fights more of a counter-puncher style now. He used to be more so come forward, but Jose Ramirez, he's going to come forward. He uses feints the entire fight, Jose Ramirez. He uses feints the entire fight. He's always feinting, Jose Ramirez, when he's coming in. So this is going to be a come-forward fight. Jose Ramirez is going to make it one. He is. And I think Richard Commey, 36 years old, kind of, being, I'm going to say over the hill, but he just had a draw to Jose Pedraza. I got at Jose Ramirez, had a unanimous decision against him. Then you had a tough fight against Vasily Lomachenko. Got knocked out by Teofimo Lopez. So I just think a lot of wear and tear on Richard Commey is starting to add up, starting to build up. So I think Jose Ramirez, he'll pull out a unanimous decision. I don't think he'll stop Richard Commey, but he'll get a unanimous decision. Unanimous decision. More activity, just he'll be more active. He'll be more active. More active in the fight, Jose Ramirez. He'll be more active. The Jaguar, Jose Ramirez. So I got him in a unanimous decision. That fight be on ESPN Plus, Fresno, California. So check that out, lightweight, 140. So final prediction, final breakdown. David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, Jose Ramirez, and Richard Commey. I love my boxing. Check my boxing videos out. I keep the fire coming. I ain't going to stop. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some down in the comments. Who you got this weekend? Big fights, March 25th. I love it. I ain't going to stop. Keep the fire coming. Knock another one out. Bow, bow, bow. Let's get it.